Hi, Zizaran here with another video, and this is another Sunday roast. If you aren't familiar with this concept, it is a satirical build help show where I try to help people with their builds, but I also insult them and roast them and try to think of really clever insults. If you do want just build help, I do that periodically too and help people fix their builds. This is particularly supposed to be roasty. So, I'm not actually trying to be mean, but I'm gonna try really hard to be mean. So we have a few roasts we're gonna go over today. This is Hell's Bliss. I don't know if you're in chat right now. Hell's Bliss, are you here? But either way, this is called Hell's Settle SST. Already looking like a bit of a failure since he does not have a shield. Okay. League, softcore, settle, endgame, bossing. It's my first build. I'm not following a guide strictly. Kinda wanna see how far I can get. Problems. Mana sustain is junk. Need to figure out some links. Need some kind of life gain. My budget is 3 to 5 divines. Okay. Cool. He might have respec since entering the roast. Oh, is there something selling? Oh, okay. TND. Fuck it. Let's load it up in POB so we can see issues better. Hell's Bliss. Okay, he's got a few characters. Let's look at his spectral shield thrower character, which is Sunder. All right, I'm excited. I'm so confused. Okay, right off the bat, very confused. He has a headhunter, but no 6th link. And let's see, his chest looks okay. Like he has no life on it, so that means that he has the mastery for... It does not have the mastery for an extra 400 life for no reason. Okay. I mean, it's called Headhunter, not Brain Hunter, but maybe it should be called Brain Hunter. This is what happened when you swipe your credit card, chat. It doesn't make you good at the game. I don't fully know what's happening here. Maybe he just opened a Voidborn Reliquary key and got lucky. I guess he doesn't need to have actually swiped his credit card. Yeah. Okay, so Headhunter is pretty good with Sunder. Like, at least it is an attack thing. It is usually better on faster things, so he might not need a RMT to be fair. But, yikes. Right. To be fair, I am not personally very familiar with softcore. It might actually be really expensive to get a 6th thing on softcore. Let's peruse how expensive a softcore 6th thing is. I'm a hardcore player. Maybe you guys are struggling over there for 6 things. It's 35C. It's 35C for a decent base. This even has like increased defense and reduced. This even has implicits. One of them which is useful. Okay, so you did say you have a budget of 3 to 5 divines. I would suggest getting 6th thing. That would be really good. I'm so confused. Right, he does have a 6th thing in his weapon at least. He does have a 6th thing in his weapon at least. So there's that. Maybe he doesn't even need a second 6th thing. Maybe he doesn't even need one. Honestly, he might not need one. Let's ignore the 6th thing for now. That's fine. High resist gear. He's capped on res. I haven't seen anyone using this since like 2016 on Herald of Agony characters with like 9k life. Like, it's kind of wild to use this on a character that only has 4.5k life. So the benefit of this is it effectively always recovers your full life pool. And then when you're playing a character with 85% max chaos rest, then, you know, it doesn't have a degen. So this is only ever used on like really, really high life characters, or this guy who's also using it, but he has 4.5k life, where a normal life flask is basically enough to fill you up in one. And he's clearly gone like instant life flask is really good, but maybe he doesn't know that alterations can be used on flasks. So I am going to blow your mind. I'm going to show you something crazy. You have to pay attention here, but you can actually roll flasks. I'm happy to be the one to tell you this and show you this. So like, boom, that was how easy it was to make an instant life flask. Now your build is infinitely better. You can have two. You can have two if you would like to. You can wear multiple of the same flask, but please stop using this. This one's quite badly rolled as well. Wait. Avoid being stunned. I mean, what is this flask? Like, you have avoid being stunned as a suffix when you're immune to being stunned. You've increased effect, and like, I am assuming that you are not clearing maps fast enough for increased effect fast. You just aren't. Like, you look like you play the game slowly, alright? You're sitting there hewing around your Sunder. Even though you have a headhunter, you're probably clearing like 6 minimaps. So probably don't need increased effect fast, alright? Like, this is a little too spicy for you. What is this jewel? Do you have a 1-stat jewel effectively? You don't need that. Oh, you actually need the int? Do you though? Is this just for flame dash? What on earth in your build is using int? What is using int? Vuln maybe? It is just Vuln. 3 levels on Vuln. Oh my god. So you effectively have a 1-stat jewel because of Vuln. So you don't need the bleed. Oh my god. Alright, please get a proper jewel. This hurts. This hurts. Maybe the item? No, it was just the one. Sis is roasting with 6 minute maps and chat starts sweating, realizing that is slow. That's okay. Chat sometimes gets hit in the crossfire on these. So I am starting to realize that maybe he's on some sort of challenge where you have to be sub 5k life. Like, you're not allowed to go over that. I don't understand your helmet either. It's got decent suffixes, but then the prefixes are like super Pepega clout. I also like, it's beyond me for why you are missing 600 life or whatever for 1 point. That is beyond me. That's 300 life. Do you have onslaught? Probably excellent. Ah, sorry. Tired. Night. That looks fine. Your damage looks low though. But maybe like intimidating cry is not on, right? Like, it doesn't count. I don't think it like counts unless you do this. Yeah, that's fine. You probably have okay damage. Right, what would I do to improve this? 687. That isn't that high right now, right? I don't really know the software economy, so let's go peruse. How much is like a 200x 750? Wow, that's so cheap. Wow. What was yours? 680. Wow. So for 3 divines, bad price, max 3D. Yo, you can actually get a really good weapon. You can get a really good weapon. 1,400. Oops. 930 for 3 divine. True, this is attack speed. This is with high attack speed. What is the top end on his? 709. Okay, he can get an 884 one. He can get an 884. That's actually kind of giga. So you can actually get like, even if you just spend 2 divines, you can get a really big weapon. Oh, actually, let me put that back up. We can give an example. We can like see how much his damage will go up. Because there's a copy paste button and you just paste this straight in. Okay, that's a lot less than I thought. Are you 100% bleed? Kind of looks like you are. What was it he said? I'm not following a build guide strictly. Maybe that's a scary sentence for you to have typed out. I'm just curious how much an actual attack speed weapon does. Oh, that's less again. Man, Sundering Axe is so strong. Sundering Axe is so strong. I wonder, what's like the best Sundering Axe for sale? I made a search for Sundering. Maybe you just recombinate weapons. You're probably better off with that, because Recombinator's kind of giga buffed right now. What's the best bang for your buck you can buy? 2 divine. No. Wait, I'm surprised. Am I dumb? Because it does have dot multi on it. 2.4 to 244. It like barely changes anything. Sheesh. I guess the culling helps as well. That's crazy. Well, I guess it's not that much of a big difference in top end. 772, 709, plus culling, plus it does dot multi. That makes sense. Honestly, your weapon's fine. Does he have Crimson Dance? No. What else is she doing? So you're missing the big life investment there. That's big. Jewels, like your jewels are all trash. So just so we have some helpful stuff and not just yelling at people for being stupid in this, let's teach people how to make a jewel search. So, okay, you don't need life on softcore, so let's just do a count one. But like on hardcore, what I would do a and I would put maximum life, and then I would do a count search, and then I would start listing mods. But because you're a softcore player, you don't need that. We're just gonna go for the count. I probably find it from a reliquary key, or he swapped his credit card. Either way. Let's teach, because this is very, very useful for people in general. So we're gonna just think out every single mod that increases the damage of the build. And it doesn't even matter if they can't exist on jewels, because like then they just won't apply anyway. So I just think of anything I can think of. Bleeding damage. Damage over time. Damage over time multiplier. Physical multiplier. There's probably others as well. Ailments, deal damage faster. There's usually 1 or 2 I always forget. That might be it. Fizz, global fizz, damage. I mean, we don't care about attack speed and... maybe we can do... two-handed. Damage with two-handed weapons. I wonder if that increases bleed. Let's show how to find out. We have fist up multi. 15% increased damage with two-handed weapons. I think no? No. So that doesn't actually increase our bleed damage. So it's really useful just to paste thing into the config part of POB to see if it works. But all of these will increase our bleed damage, and he is a bleed build. Area damage doesn't. Fist dot multi. I think that's all. So now we search for a jewel. So now we have this. Any jewel count 3 and we just write anything that we think will increase it, right? So we're not doing physical damage with two-handed because that doesn't. We're not doing area damage. We're not doing attack speed because none of those are increasing our damage. But all of these are, and then we're searching for 3. And then we see that you can get 3 stat damage rules for as little as 1C and 2C. And then we can actually see, like, are there any cheap 4 stats, right? And there actually is. There is a really cheap 1 divine 4 stat. This is really nice for softcore. So probably this won't be available by the time you see this, but it gives you a rough idea what to do. Because now, let's say that we do buy this for 1 divine. Then we look, our damage goes from 2.4. Wait, what? What is... Is he not 100% chance to bleed without this? Does he actually have a... Oh, because it's total damage. It's not DPS. That's why. Never mind. We're looking at total damage, not bleed. The end? No. So, I'll explain what's happening. So, this is total damage per bleed. So, what this is if you bleed a target once, but then stop attacking. Whereas what we're looking at is bleed DPS. And you can see that goes up by a large amount. And it's also quite low right now because we don't have, is the enemy moving, is the enemy bleeding. So now you can see bleed DPS is 1.4 million. And it goes up 200,000 with the jewel. So you can see that the bleed DPS is barely affected at all. Because he basically has a jewel that doesn't do anything, right? So it gives 20,000 damage. So it gives nothing. And then you can see with this jewel, it goes up 200,000 damage per jewel. So if we actually picked up the jewel slots, we go from 1.4 million damage to 1.9, right? So that's like, what, 30% more damage, something like that, just with these jewels. But even 3 stats for 1C will be quite a large increase. So if I now go to these would have been perfect for him. This actually has int 2. So even though this is 1C, man, I wish he was here right now because this would be perfect for his build. This fixes his int issue too. So you can see that even on a 3 stat, it takes him up to 1.7 million damage, right? And I haven't configured properly, so it would be more than that. But it is like a 25% more damage, right? So it's like an extra skill gem or like a bad skill gem. Is there any mastery he doesn't have? Another thing you can do that's huge for your build is you can get 40% fist damage with skills that cost life because you are using blood magic. And so it is a bit of a shame that you're not online to buy these jewels because you don't seem that smart. So 45% extra intelligence would be great. So a few of those would really help you. Shame they don't work IRL. Yeah, so skill point wise, like the 15% life mastery, 15% life mastery and 40% increased damage with life skills. We're already like increasing your tank, your damage for very, very little. Like you don't have to do much. And if you get int on a few jewels like that, then you can remove versatility, which doesn't really do anything for you anyway. Because your resolute technique would never miss, just like me, but well, you not so much. And then, yeah, you can get int on jewels. Another thing you can pick up as well, because you are probably running endurance charges, is the 3 dot multi per endurance charge, because you have 2, 3, yeah, you have like 5 at least. You have 5, so that'd be really good. So now we're already at like 2.1 million. So with those few changes, we've basically increased your damage by like 40 to 50% more. So that's quite big. Now, there is actually a good reason for why people... What the fuck? Okay. Right. That's fine. I mean, you don't really have another option as a two-handed. Why are you... I guess you don't... Yeah. I really don't like two-handed Gladiator to begin with, to be honest. Like, Gladiator, like, look at the portrait. This is not a two-hander. And this is why, like, most people go Chieftain for two-handed bleed. And like, you probably realized this when ascending. Like, you ascended and you were like, fuck. Like, you'd probably be better off being Slayer, to be honest. Like at no point here is this welcoming of two-handed build. He could use Light of Meaning. Yeah, I don't know how much that costs. But yeah, Light of Meaning with physical damage here would probably not be bad. Let's explore how much that costs. Passive, physical damage. Passives and radius also give physical damage. It's 3 divine. It's too expensive. I mean, good news if you're there forever, then you eventually kill the boss anyway, right? So that's nice. I mean, it is what it is. It looks pretty decent. That's like the main changes. You haven't fucked up that much. And like Headhunter is fine on this build. Like it is attack based, so you will have a benefit from it. Nah, Inkfist Watcher Size is like giga expensive. So you haven't really fucked up that much. I mean, you're probably the wrong ascendancy, but whatever. It's fine. That's a tough one to roast because he wasn't really doing anything that crazy. All right, let's see if I can be meaner with the next one. I will try. I do like being mean. It's fun. True, I would drop Brutality with Headhunter. A lot of the damage you get is elemental. TF_bleeders. Softcore settlers. Honestly, just doing red maps, I don't need much. I mostly farm blight anyways. The problem is I found a really good axe early, but my damage is so garbage, and me and my friend can't figure out why. Please help budget. Budget, I think it's mostly tree side, but otherwise I'm poor. Tree side? Is this some sort of like PoE gangster speak? Tree side? What's tree side currency? But otherwise I am poor. Tree side. Skibbity tree side, no cap, for real, for real. Yeah, chat, step 1, don't be poor. Okay. Right, let's see. Mod comment, I had to look twice at the total life total to the point where I updated POB. Shit. Right. Level 88 with 3k life. Mathel in 2016 would be proud. Dude, he has a Fizz max hit of 4,925. I think my level 40 characters have that. Unironically, I actually think my level 40 characters have that. Alright. I don't know where to unpack this. Okay, his axe doesn't seem like the end of the world. Like 400 DPS, so it's like manageable. Like you can kind of deal with that. What is he? Is he the lacerate type? Crushing Fist. No. Wow, I'm so confused. Oh, he's Cyclone. Wild. Is he Bleed? No, he's Impale. Impale Cyclone. Do you know, guides are really invented for people like you. I just want to open with that. He's Crit Cyclone. This is why, like, people like this is who quit PoE. And this is why I recommend build guides. This is hard to look at. Your crit build with 29% crit chance. Is there something I'm missing? Does he have more crit somehow? Don't bully? I'm sorry, I think you're missing the entire point of this section of my stream. The entire point is to bully. That's why we get consent first. He also does not have shockwave. This is, Hey, Kev, don't be mean to people in chat. They might have just tuned in. I could be mean to people in chat. Let's go Cyclone Cray. Who says that? Yeah. Yeah, you have to be Mace to have Cyclone Shockwave. But you should be. But you should be. I don't really... Why are these people not following guides? You also have, like, no life. What the fuck? This is like leveling gear. For level 88. What the fuck? Man, this is my favorite. Even though he actually has the option to craft life here, which he so sorely needs. He has gone for 7 to 8 physical damage craft instead of 55 life. That's just beautiful. Is this tier 2 life? Does it even go that low in tier 1? I actually don't know because I was craft up to 55. I have to look. No, it actually is tier 2. It is actually tier 2 life has been crafted here. I had to check because I wasn't sure. But alchemies are expensive. I get it. Times are hard. Really good amulet. Very mediocre boots. What happened here? So also I noticed that you seem like a little bit of a chieftain brain because you have 118 plus fire resist. So it's like you're basically a chieftain. Would you consider making a new character? Because like everything you're doing here is like very, I don't know. Those gloves are something else. They look like something that. So like I remember when I was younger, I played games like Baldur's Gate and like CRPGs, and in some of those games, there'll be cursed items that you're forced to wear until you're able to find a way to take them off. Path of Exile doesn't actually have that as a feature, by the way. You can actually unequip these gloves and get bigger ones. So cursed items is not a thing in Path of Exile, even though you're trying really hard to make it seem like that is a feature. Your test is fine. Your helmet is fine. That must be such a big chunk of your life. Huh, like such a big chunk. You actually have tier 1 life on one piece. And just in general, your helmet is really good. And you have... I was about to say you have good implicits. You have 1% chaos res. So this is actually causing you to take more damage. Like this is like you're actively inting with this implicit. It is actually lowering your max hit by so much. So like you're already low max hit. I'll give it a quick example. So if we change this to lightning damage, look at your lightning. Look at your max hit. Look at your max hit. It goes from 5,000 to 5,377 from that. It is actually actively lowering your max hit right now, though, because you do actually have fist mitigation, because I'm assuming you normally have endurance charges. So your fist mitigation is infinitely better than your 1% chaos resist. So that's special. I've never seen anyone do that. I've never seen anyone do like damage taken as chaos with 1% chaos resist. So you're doing things that we've never seen before. This is not a good thing, by the way. I'm not complimenting you. Your Colossal Tower Shield is shockingly bad. I also just like crit, you need at the very bare minimum, like rock bare minimum of 40% crit to go crit, right? And this is like, we're talking about a basic campaign shit here. Like, I really don't understand why you're crit with this little. It is shockingly little. Wait, are you res capped through a bismuth flask? If you get cursed, you fall over. Yeah, he's using faster attacks. Faster attacks impale. There's no way that is like actually the best gem for you. Surely crit strikes is better. It's like crit strikes technically shows us less damage, but it'll feel so much better. It'll feel so much better. Oh no, it is actually more damage. It'll just be a lot more consistent. It'll be a lot more consistent. And then why don't you gain rage from something else? Like, don't you have access to rage here anyway? There's a rage thing here, right? But you're already getting rage. Why aren't you? I'm so confused. Yo, log in, dude. We're actually doing a Sunday roast at the moment, so thank you for the raid. Welcome. If you're not familiar with the Sunday roast, is basically where I insult people over their build. Can never have enough rage. You definitely can. You definitely can. What do I have to do? Where's the distance to enemy now? Oh, here. There. Look at that. Just by literally switching out close combat is basically so much more damage. And you already have rage. You don't need the attack speed here. It's for the attack speed, I'm guessing. Yeah. That's fine. And then everything else is fine. That'll be a very noticeable difference. Where else? Honestly, you just need more life. You must be falling over. What was he saying? My damage is so garbage and me and my friend can't figure out why. Yeah. He's also poor, so I can't just tell him to get a better weapon anyway. Right, you're already getting rage, so those gem changes will help. And also, like, you're playing Cyclone. It is not a great skill right now. Oh, I just realized. He has minus 30 without the Amethyst Flask. He actually has the Amethyst Flask. You don't even have a life flask. Man, you have 3k life. A life flask would be so incredibly efficient for you. Please stop using a Bismuth Flask and please, like, just actually get resist on your gear. Like, you have, like, way too much fire res. Just get, like... Okay, I'll show another search thing, because this is always useful to show. So... for, like, literally 1C, you can get, like, the coolest rings. Here, I'm going to show you. So, let's say... I mean, Chaos Recipe exists, so let's say that 5C is not a lot of currency, right? That's fair. Chaos Recipe exists. You can literally do Chaos Recipe to afford the items I'm about to show you. Oops, not minimum, 100. So we're searching for pseudo total elemental resistance, right? This was important. Pseudo total elemental resistance, and then item category ring, and then 60 life minimum, right? That's what we're searching for right now. So there's 442 for sale for buyout price max 5C, right? Because we're trying to be like budget. Then I'm going to click this at the bottom. It is now sorting, and you see okay, maybe not this ring. Maybe you can use it. Okay, probably not that one. But this is a really good ring for 5C. 60 life, 36 wet. Now you don't do LE damage, but like there's a lot of res, right? More importantly, it's got a lot of lightning, and you're low on lightning. This would probably like instantly solve your build. Let's look. Instead of this shitter. Let me still have too much fire. And then we look for another like high lightning ring. This is open suffix. So on this one, you can do cold and lightning. And just craft that. Cold and lightning. And then we replace this ring with that. Man, there's too much fire res on all this shit. And you have the harvest swap as well, which is like 500 juice. You hopefully just have that lying around. If not, do like one harvest map. And then, or just buy a ring out of this search. Like, you can see here that it's very easy to just pick and choose. But let's say that we switch the fire to cold. But you really want to buy a new one because yours don't have any. So, boom. Now you have no interest in the Bismuth Flask, then you get a Divine Life Flask like this with either full instant or half instant. And that's going to help you a lot on survival. You're already up to 3.2k life. Where else can we improve life easily? Your gloves are so garbage. You can do this search for gloves as well. You don't even need necessarily that much res. But you can see here, you can buy like, okay, these are ward. Honestly, ward's not even that bad. But you can use the same type of search. You can search for less res and more life. So you can go like 60 res, 120 life. And then you can see like, boom. You could even look for some with strength on it. But you really want to get your life up. You have very, very little life. You have very little damage. Jewels would be really important. I would look at the last search that I constructed and think of how you could do that for Cyclone. So for Cyclone, obviously you want to not go for all the bleeding things. So on Cyclone, you want to go for like attack speed, physical damage with one-handed axes, physical damage while holding a shield, stuff like that. How do you get a good life last like yours? Can you explain, please? Sure. Grab a divine, use a transmute, alteration, there, done. Like you literally just alteration until you have either instant recovery with no suffix, and if this didn't have the suffix, you could take it to bestiary, go to recipes, and then it's off convection. No, sorry, off sealing, and this forces the corrupting blood immunity on it. Because you'll very quickly get one that has also, whenever you find either chill or bleed immune, see there I have another one. So there, you very quickly find one like that, and then you can take it to bestiary. They are very easy to roll though. What the hell? Like flasks are not hard to roll. You guys just aren't using ults. But either way, get that. Also, you never want to have this. Like the less duration shit that you have on too many of your flasks. One is too many. This does nothing. Like it's just get a proper life flask with immune to corrupting blood. Is he Valpact? He is Valpact. But he doesn't have... Isn't Valpact as a gladiator like super inting? Why are you gladiator? Like you shouldn't be Valpact, and you should have a life flask. It disables life on block. Yeah. This is super inting. He only has Merc Lab as well. To be fair, that's probably keeping him alive a bit. What's his block? He has 68, 67. And have you blocked recently? He's 1989. You definitely want to get rid of life pack. Well pack. Do you need that? You don't even need that. You can actually take this instead. This would be huge for you. 20 life when you block. And like, get rid of all pack. Stop that. And you probably won't die. Like, you just need to up your damage. And we had some steps for how to do that. Alright. Anything else stupid? Flesh and stone, pride, blood and sand. That's fine. Ugh. It's fine. You just need more damage. What I would do, I would start recombinating weapons. So on your filter, it really sucks because you're gonna have a hard time getting item level 83 royal axes. But it would actually be really, really easy for you to roll tyrannical or merciless with alterations on an axe. So you're literally just... Do I have an axe I can show on? I mean, only warlord axes. But literally just alteration spam until you get like tyrannical or merciless on one. And and then flaring on another and just recombinate them. And honestly, like, it's quite likely that you will hit a good one. It sucks that you're probably not going to get good attack speed, but at least you can craft attack speed. And you're probably the only Cyclone player that has ever lived that voluntarily did not craft attack speed on their weapon. I have no idea why. 185. So that goes down to 176. Aren't you like giga damage if you even just craft attack speed? So went from 185 to 176 and then up to 211. I have no idea why you don't have, like, this is base attack speed. So this is now 465 DPS. Let's see though, like, do you have any currency? Let's see, one-handed axe, 400, let's search for a 500 DPS weapon. It's like 20C max. No, it actually isn't. There isn't really much for sale. Sadly. That's 500 and above. It is actually pretty expensive for him to get an upgrade. I would recommend the Recombinator route. Every time I check in, this is always not on a map. How does he farm? Just watch any other point on my VOD when I'm not helping people. You just tune in at bad times. Right. Okay, we'll do at least one more. But that's mostly the things I would recommend there. Yeah, Royal X is good for Cyclone. The fuck is this? Okay, Sand Arrow Melee. Softcore trade, budget 10 divines, deaths 256 as of August. Spelled A-U-G-E-S-T. That's an interesting August. Dying 3 to 5 times per map. Not to do fire and cold damage. Issues, survivability and one-shots. I'm aware my fire and cold risk is low. I have 100% while mapping. I only map on this character while farming fracturing shards in tier 16s. 40 to 61. Random one-shots. Running 5 to 6 maps per hour. I have a feeling they're not random. I suspect that they aren't random at all. Let's go look. Level 96. Abysses. Excellent. Okay, he's rest capped without a bismuth. That's good. Honestly, I have no idea how you're level 96. Just like glancing at your profile, you are some sort of living legend. Like, you are at level 96, and if a monster looks at you funny, you die. Please say you have Molten Shell. Oh my god. You have a 5k max hit. This is amazing. I have no idea how you're alive. This is wild. This is absolutely wild. You actually must be so skilled. Like, let's see. There's an example of what you are going to feel like after this. And I'll just quickly show an image. And this is you. So, you probably look a bit weird and you have some weird things keeping you down right now, but like you must be one of the best Path of Exile players. Like Ty 23 has nothing on you. All right? Like you must be like absolute god at this game because I have no idea how you're not dying like 40 times per map and inventing new portals. So, that's wild. Man, you would actually be so much tankier just having no helmet slot. All right, let's look. He is a Slayer. What's his weapon? It's okay damage weapon. Not bad. Abysis. Cyclone of Tumult. I don't even know what Cyclone does. What does this do? What's the difference of Tumult? You cannot be knocked back. 10% AoE per 0.1 meter additional melee strike range. So is it just bigger AoE? Is that what Tumult is? Tumult slows you, but he has Stampede. Your movement speed is 150% of its base value. Okay. So it just has no downside for him. He's negating the downside with Stampede. Smart. Cool. But I think you used all your brain cells on that, and you still managed to put an Abysses on, so 0 points for you. All right, let's see. Your chest looks great. That is probably the best item I've ever seen in a Sunday roast. Let's see. So that's fine. That's fine. Stampede, that's smart. Okay. And see here, he's got 60% crit, and that's without flasks. So 73. You probably should do tincture. Why aren't you doing a tincture? Because the last guy was doing a tincture. He was not very smart. Still smarter than you, though. You absolutely should do a tincture. Absolutely, Sandarrow. You absolutely should do a tincture. I have no idea why you still have a bismuth. This is like a little bit like, you know, when somebody was like really overweight and they were really insecure, but they become skinny and good looking, but they're still really insecure because they're still that person. I think that's what happened here. Because like what you were writing, that you were undercapped, like you were undercapped on res, but you fixed that, but you're still clinging on to that bismuth, right? So you still have that like that block there. So get a tincture. And try that as well. Maybe roll it with like less mana drain. You have 76 unreserved mana and you don't actually have a mana cost. Can't you just... Wait, you can completely eradicate your mana cost. What is this ring? Why is this ring? You can't. Can't what? The mana cost for Tumult is huge. Am I missing something? It says 1. Is there something with Tumult that I'm missing? Because I've never used it. Can't he just get another Channeling Seal, so -3 mana cost, and it's free? Am I missing something? I have it on both rings and it's no cost. Okay, cool. I was just making sure I wasn't missing some sort of dumb mechanic with Tumult. So you can just get that, and then you can actually use a tincture now and again for like the... where are the tinctures? There's a crit one. You should at least try it. I don't know if it'll work, but you should try it. Because like, let's say that you roll this instead of your bismuth, and it doesn't need to be on long. It's like a pretty large damage boost, and instead of a dead flask. Right. As for tank, it's so stupid they have abysses. You have endurance charges. 6k fist max it. Dude, that is so rough though. What are the rolls in abysses? Is that a bottom roll one? No. Okay, at least you have a good roll on it. Man, even with do you have no armor? You have no armor. How? How do you have so little defense? This is impressive. Enable endurance charges? Twice? Do you want me to enable them twice? Should I do 3 times? 4 times? This is why chat doesn't get to help. Can you get Fortify? He has Fortify. Melee hits Fortify. Dude, look how, like, look at the fizz hit. Man, that's still so low, though. You need more armor. You have a royal play, but you went for life on your royal play. Man, you still have so little life as well. You have little life and armor. This is like impressive how little survival you have. Why does he have so little armor? I actually don't get it. Okay, so wait, why do you have a ruby flask? No, actually, I don't get it. Why does he have a ruby flask? Okay, please go to utility, run it. Let's say that we do this. Boom. Run it. Oh my god, that helps you so much. That helps you so much. Don't look at the effective hit pool, it never matters. It doesn't really have anything there that actually matters. You can get... but then it does matter. I mean, you don't have high enough block that you want to have 0 evasion, do you? Oh, but you can't evade anyway. Oh, you're unwavering. Wait, does Cyclone still have that thing that you can't get stunned while in Cyclone, or did they remove that? I feel like they removed that. I already asked 45. They removed it. Okay, so since you have unwavering anyway, you definitely do want iron reflexes. You don't want to remove those because they're 6% life. That's fine. Shit. Huh. What's your accuracy? Hit chance is 99, so you can't really get rid of this. What can you get rid of? That's how you get endurance charges. So many points per leech. It's smart to deal with mana. Oh, you're so tight on points. Yeah, you really do want that, like, get mana cost to 0 and use the tincture. Because that'll feel quite good. Oh, man, you're so tight. You just need levels. But you're never going to get above level 96 because you are chain dying and you're never going to stop dying. Do you know what a good jewel is? No. Honestly, it's for a CB jewel, it's not the worst. But I would look at the recommendations I did for jewels in the other builds. You do have 2-point jewels. But what do you drop? Like, you can't drop these because you have no life to begin with. So you can't drop that. That's a tricky one. I have so little damage too. What is the stages? Oh, 6. Yeah, I agree with that. Let's see if you have reduced mana cost on this ring. Add in rage, yeah. We can click rage. Do you have rage? Are you leeching? Probably killed recently. You have frenzy while mapping. Do you have onslaught? Wait, maybe you don't. Do you not have onslaught? Doesn't this feel like garbage? Wait, how does he get onslaught? Why do you have roomies? Honestly, especially since you're softcore, I would ditch the roomies and get onslaught. Get a silver. It'll feel so good. It'll feel so good. I would do that. I would recommend that. Right. Not too much because he's locked to 150. That's true. That's why he doesn't have a Quicksilver. Maybe he gets to keep it then. The attack speed is big though. Where did I rage? Rage. I don't see it. Rage. I don't know what max is. There, it's less than that. That's not too bad on damage. Obviously, like, the answer to melee is always get a better weapon. And you did have a budget, didn't you? Budget 10D. I mean, you can get a really good like 900 PDPS weapon. That would be a big one. The Rumi, since you are using Stampede, that is a good idea. You're not too bad there. What? How were you when first applying for the roast not rest capped, and now you've just... How do you excuse having that ring with that belt? Okay, the Abyss Jewel's fine. Honestly, your amulet's not bad. Like, that's a lot of crit chance. That's the main things I would do anyway. An empty belt, yeah. I would just get a better weapon. And get the armor fixed. That'll feel quite good. Because, like, for what you're doing, you'll notice such a difference. I would love for you to get back to me when you see this. And just doing the armor change. Because, like, you're getting so shredded by small attacks right now. Like, every small attack shredding you. It's so rough that you're wearing an Abysses. Like, you would have so much more mitigation. Like, let's... Here. Oh, man. You should have used Devotos. But you have fucking Stampede because you're using Tumult. So, let's say they use a... Let's see what a normal helmet would look like on you. With... I mean, I don't really care about the other stats. Yeah, whatever. Let's just say we have a helmet. What I want to show is this. Eater rolls taken as fire is your highest. So let's say all you do is that. Look at the change in your first max hit. It goes from 8,000 something to nearly 13. From 9,000 to 13. So it's like, it's such a large difference. Yeah, it's using Shockwave with Tumult. $14K armor kind of stuff. So that's the thing. He had 6,000. I don't understand how your armor is that low still. It's like impressively low. Assassin's Mark on hit. That's fine. He's got Disciple of the Unyielding. So it's just killing. 6K is very low and I don't even play this game. Yeah, it is very low. It is very low. So that's the main changes. Honestly, the armor alone will help. Like, ideally, in my opinion, I'm such a big fan. I'll show one final change before I give up on you. My favorite thing to do, and this would actually be huge for you, is get a new chest. And let's say they're getting triple tier 2. Because that's pretty easy to craft. I just want to show you how potent this is. And let's say you're getting PDR as a suffix. And like, rest capping should be so easy for you. You like have an open suffix on your belt and you just get one new ring and then you can like counteract this. I'm just going to write temporarily so we don't see like plus 100% to all elemental resistances. Just so I don't have to bother simulating getting a new ring. So this is 3,000. Currently, you have a 1,600 chest. So look at the Fizz max hit and look at the armor. Armor is now 28,000. Fizz hit is up to 14.6, and it'll be even bigger against small hits. And then what you can do is you can make the 15% max life, making it even bigger, putting us up from what we started with a 5k or 6k max fist hit to 15.2. How does he have 50,000 max rage? So with anything with stages, if you just put it to whatever high number, it never goes above its max stages. So if you don't know what the max stages is, just type in whatever and it'll go to max. Like it'll never go above your max. So numbers or whatever. Like I never care about what the max stage is because I just type in a random number. Yeah, that's the main things I would do. Honestly, I should have prepped more insults and jokes for this, but I guess it was just more of a build help section than a roast. So either way, very not roasty, but it is what it is. People have been enjoying the build help stuff lately anyway. So yeah. Yeah, maybe Daniel. We'll see. Either way, hope you guys enjoyed the roast. That wasn't a roast. And so if you liked the video, more importantly, try to die less than I do. And actually more than this guy does, because he dies 6 times per map.